Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Kyle Manzolini. I just got back a while ago from seeing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Going into the movie, I was pretty curious for the most part, and also a little excited. The trailers looked pretty good, and this movie kind of had a high bar to clear, considering the recent trilogy that it's following is like one of the best trilogies in film history. Like, Rise, while still good, kind of has some bumps, but still a very good movie. But Dawn and War were on like a whole other level. Like, those movies are like the pinnacle of what you can do with motion capture performance, visual effects, and blending that so beautifully with the storytelling. Like, those movies aren't just the spectacle, they also tell an excellent story. And just the way they've been able to level up each time is just astounding to me. So, when they announced this new one, at first, I didn't know if it was necessary, but I still kept an open mind. And the new director, Wes Ball, he hasn't really done much aside from the Maze Runner movies, and those were fine movies, but he did a solid job directing those, so I was curious to see what he could bring to this. And I can tell you this, Wes Ball has definitely upped his game as a director, because it's very beautifully filmed. Like, all the locations and everything that they used looked really nice. It's very atmospheric, and the scale is the biggest these movies have probably ever gotten. And while it isn't as like wow as the last two movies were, it's still a very good movie. Because I really liked that they were able to pay homage to that excellent trilogy that they're following up. And they were able to integrate that while also not relying on it, also carving its own path and its own unique story and its own unique ideas. And they were able to tell a very good story out of this. And visually, this movie is just absolutely mesmerizing. Not just with the beautifully directed locations, but also, I don't know how they do it, but the visual effects for the apes and how they're able to blend that seamlessly with the art of the performance as well as blending in with the practical locations, it's just seamless. And I don't know how they keep getting away with it, because if you told me that those were real apes, I would believe you, because this is very excellent VFX. Like, all these Planet of the Apes movies, at least the recent ones, have like excellent visual effects. Like, they really go out of their way. They really take their time to make sure everything is just perfected, and this movie is no exception in that department. And speaking of the performances, they were mostly good. And I liked the lead. Owen Teague, he did a fairly good job as Noah, the leader of this clan that he has. And they got a neat little thing going, like they have a whole bond with eagles, which I thought was really neat. And the humans are interesting in this movie. Like, they have a very interesting storyline, and I feel like on that department it was mostly, well, not mostly set up. Most of it didn't feel like setup, but it's interesting how their relationship with the apes have evolved, and how at first they may not exactly trust each other because of their history, but they may eventually grow to coexist again, or just maybe they do their own thing while the apes do their own thing. It's all very interesting to me. And I thought the actress that played the girl did a very good job. And the villain, Proximus Caesar, is very compelling. And you understand his motivations while also kind of like being not fearful, but also kind of, but more like just wondering what he's going to do next. And the guy that played him just gives such, he really commands the character. And while not as good a villain as Koba, because Koba was an absolute force in Dawn. Like, that dude is just relentless and scary, while also you can get behind his motivations, but still a very close second, though, because these movies know how to handle their villains for the most part. I don't have much issues with it other than some parts can be dragged out a little bit, like some of the pacing can be a bit, like some scenes can drag on for a bit longer than they need to, but for the most part it wasn't too bad. It honestly, to me, felt more like 2 hours than 2.5. But that's really all I have to say about that. Yes, this is absolutely worth seeing in a large format theater. I got to see this in Cinemark XD, and the experience was worth it. Like, the larger screen will definitely enhance the scale and scope of the movie, and the sound will absolutely enhance the action, or what you do get of it, because it's not really as action heavy as the last few movies were, but I wasn't complaining, because it mostly just focuses on its story. and the action that it does have is just the neat little cherry on the top. So yeah, this is absolutely worth seeing in a large format theater. Like, if you just see it at a regular theater, you would not get the full experience. Like, it's worth paying full price for the larger format. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's currently, for me, up there with Dune 2 for movie of the year. I'm hoping that we'll continue to get some more great movies throughout the summer. I'm sure we will. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful day. Peace.